Okay, I have with me Jeff Davis, Commissioner District 3, and I told you off camera we feel comfortable calling your race.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully there was no vicious write-in
That's
campaign.
right. You're going to take over that district from a gentleman and a scholar who has represented us well for many years.
It's true.
Not only county commissioner, served city council years ago, and has served our community like not many people do.
Right.
So how does it feel on a personal level to be able to take over a seat held by Mr. Buddy Adams?
Very honoring and very humbling, and going to approach it with a very strong sense of gravity and just knowing what the expectations are, because Buddy has done so much for this county and this community. So I'm certainly going to, keep him on my short list, talk to him a lot. But Buddy always did a good job of looking out for the taxpayers, and it's just very humbling, quite honestly.
You've always loved being involved in the community, but what made you take the leap into the political field?
It's just kind of a wake-up call when you realize that these people that looked up to your whole life, like Buddy, are they're going on to different things and really retiring, and you're like that that next generation is starting to look a lot like my generation. So I think that was the main thing, and just I love this community and felt like it was a way I could serve.
And our development authority, I think both of us agree that they're doing just a fine job drawing businesses and industry to our community.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that's going to be at the top of your list, isn't it, working with them?
Of course. I mean, you have to have opportunity here for our young people to come back and be able to start a business or get a good paying job like I was able to. And if I was, from some counties in Georgia, that's just not a possibility. But here, we're so blessed that we have. You can, come out of high school and make a good living. And with Valmir and these other industries coming online, it's really starting to snowball in a good way. We are a regional hub, but it's just even more so. The commissioners have invested in infrastructure and in the development authority. Really, the city of Dublin's invested in infrastructure, and it's such a competitive advantage now for bringing in the industry that it's just an overwhelming. No other surrounding community can offer that. Can offer our workforce, our quality of life, our infrastructure, our workforce, our hospitals, our medical care. So we just need to keep that going. When you have an advantage, I believe you need to press it to the absolute fullest, and that's certainly going to be my intention.
And the stars are aligned with us when you think of what a friend Jim Walters has been to our community. Of
Sure.
course, Jimmy Allgood stepping into that chairman seat
Absolutely.
on the Port Authority, and of course Mr. Ben Hall, and of course I know now your sons. I saw them with the governor today.
Yeah,
so
they were very.
You reckon they'll work with you a little bit with the governor?
I feel sure that he will. Governor's been a great friend to Dublin. I want to go back to what you said about Mr. Jim Walters, and that's a good example. He's very wealthy, been very successful, but he didn't get to be as successful and wealthy as he is by making bad investments. But he chose to invest in Lawrence County, and the skyscraper project made good business sense, and we can all be proud of that. I mean, it doesn't matter how much money he has, he's never going to throw it down a hole. He didn't get where he is by being a poor investor. And Jimmy Allgood's another one. I've known him. He's known me since the day I was born, and always served this community just because he knew it was home. That's how I feel about it. This is our home. This is, it's up to us to serve and take care of it and aggressively, try and make it better. And Jimmy always has, and the fruits of his entire career of service it's extremely well deserved what he's doing for the ports now, and he wants the ports to be a good thing for Lawrence County, and I feel sure that they will continue to be a better and better thing. But sure, everybody you name, Mr. Hall, and just so many. I mean, looking around, so many people.
Yeah.
I have so many mentors and advisors and supporters, and it's just an honor to be able to try and move the ball a little bit further along.
And that's really what's great, us growing up in a community like this, how everyone works together, whether
Sure.
it's at church or the school or whatever. But even people that they might not like each other the best, will still, for a good project, will always get together, make it work out. Unlike, say, Macon, Georgia, places like that.
Where
they
if
wanna
you're for it,
argue
I'm
about
against it.
every-
Doesn't matter what
Yeah,
it is.
that's
If it's
right.
curing cancer and you're for it,
Yeah.
I'm against it. And
Yeah,
right,
but
we don't.
then we're gonna hate each other, but it's not like that in our community.
We don't have that here, and I don't. We certainly are not unanimous in agreeing on everything.
And
But-
shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be, but we disagree without being disagreeable, and we move on. And I will say that our leaders make decisions, and you can't always make everybody happy. The best you can do is cling to your core values, your belief, what your constituents are telling you, what you think is best for the taxpayer, and make a decision and go with it. That's one of my favorite sayings about Dublin. It's been said about Dublin since the 1890s is there is no king. And there is no one person here that just chokes things off or advances them depending on how it's going to affect them. It's always, if it's good for Lawrence County, then folks who are on different sides of the aisle or not even friends will both support it. And so many people here don't care who gets the credit. They want Lawrence County to get the benefits, and they don't care who gets the credit. And when you have that kind of environment, quite honestly, it makes it easy. And that's why that's why we find ourselves in a position of having such an overwhelming competitive advantage compared to other counties that look like ours. I mean, nobody in our league can really touch us.
And don't you think, Jeff, because a true leader is a servant, and that's what the Bible teaches us.
Right.
We are to serve our fellow man.
Right.
And you see that. You mentioned people don't want to get credit for it because they're truly serving Dublin and Lawrence County and their neighbors.
That's the way to approach it. And my mentors, I've certainly seen, and back to Buddy and other mentors I've had. That's the attitude they take. They're servants, and they are very, very protective of the trust that's placed in them. And what a great example to grow up seeing. And I fully intend to emulate that.
And finally, your daddy loved this community.
Oh yeah.
And I know he's smiling down today.
I hope so.
I see the smile. I see your daddy standing there. But tell me how that makes you feel and what he would be feeling today for you.
I'm sure he'd be proud. We're always proud of our kids, right? He certainly had a lot of opportunities to not be so proud. You choking me up. I think his main thing was always remember that you're a child of God, and the way to make yourself great if you want to be great is to serve. I think he would be proud like any father's proud. I don't know. I'm kind of choked up. You kind of knocked me back on that one, but I wish he were here tonight. I mean, he knew all these folks, and he'd just be happy for the community, not just because I'm elected to an office, but we have great people that are willing to serve both parties, and that would make him happy. Because again, his chosen candidate didn't always win locally or at the state level, the federal level, but we're still in a great place, and he knew that as well as anybody.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, we got the final votes in. Larry Dean, 3,113. Marshal Floyd, 2,645. That's all absentees, all early voting. I think there's 4 votes that are just hanging there for whatever reason. But so basically, we've got pretty well 100% of the vote in. Been a long race.
Yes, sir.
Tell me how you feel.
I'm relieved, and I want to thank all my supporters and family and friends for getting out and supporting me. And we'll be looking forward to running in November.
And you and Marshall both run a good race.
Yes, sir.
A race that I think people on the national stage should look as a test case. I mean, to run a race like that. What do you say about your opponent tonight?
Well, Mr. Floyd run a good, clean race, and I think we brought a lot of attention to the sheriff's race, and I think that'll help us in the fall. So we've all, like I say, we've had a good, clean race so far, and it's just brought a lot of attention to the citizens of this county, and that'll give us an indicator in this fall what we need to do.
Okay. And
Vote Republican in 2016.
You've been out, you really want to be sheriff, I know. You've been out beating the bushes, uncovering every stone you could. And tell the people tonight, if they didn't vote today, why they should vote for you in the November election.
It's a constitutional right. You need to get out and vote. it just means a lot. We've had men and women die for years in this country for us to having the right to vote. And I want to make a difference in this county. We need your support. The citizens of this county, we need your support. We need to get out and vote. I'm asking you, and I appreciate the people that got out and voted today, but in November, let's have a big Republican turnout, and I'd like to be your next sheriff. And I really want to thank everyone that come out and voted tonight.
Okay, I have with me Marshal Floyd. Marshal, we talked this afternoon. Been a long race, and it's a close race, but looks like Larry 31-13, you 26-45, but that means 2,600 people voted for you and believed in you, didn't they?
That's right, that's right. And I'm very thankful. You know, like I've said before, no matter what the outcome of this race was, and it turns out that Larry's the victor, I still count this as a win because I got to meet a lot of folks in Lawrence County that I wouldn't have normally got to meet, and got a lot of great new relationships out of it. So I'm happy.
And you had a lot of people help you, a lot of teamwork there. What would you say to the people that got out and worked hard for you?
All the folks that showed the support, you know, even the folks that didn't show support for me but got out and voted, that's very appreciated by everyone who ran in this race. It shows that Lawrence County cares about our future. All these folks got out. We had a great turnout of voters. So I think Lawrence County has a great future ahead of us. All the folks that voted and supported me, the most deep and heartfelt thank you I can give you. I really appreciate it.
And what would you say about your opponent in this race?
Well, he's the victor.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Yeah.
He's got the number over me, so he's got another, 4 or 5 months to go. So the fat lady hadn't sang on that one yet.
That's right. That's right. Well, you ran a good race, and like you said, you met a lot of good people. We live in a great community, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is why when I moved away at 18 and decided to retire and move home, this is home. And I wouldn't want to live anywhere else other than Lawrence County. This is why I brought my wife, who lived in Jacksonville, who was born and raised in Jacksonville. We wanted to bring our kids back to Lawrence County because this was home to me. I watched how Jacksonville, you know, had its problems, and I wanted to get my kids back to the atmosphere and back to the way of life that I grew up in. So we brought them back, you know, when they were in middle school, and you know, they're now in college. So it's a great place to live.
Yeah, amen to that. Well, you run a great race, brother.
Hello, my name is Bill Harrell, and I am sheriff of Lawrence County. The job of sheriff is not a 40-hour-a-week job. It is a life commitment. In order for me to do my job, I have to surround myself with good employees that have the same vision I do, good morals, good work ethics, and above all, dedication to serve you. I would appreciate your support. Please vote W.A. Bill Harrell, Sheriff of Lawrence County. Thank you.
Get more muscle for your money with Dixie Chopper mowers. We've been handcrafting the fastest and toughest mowers in the heartland of America for over 35 years. Whether you're a homeowner or commercial landscaper, Dixie Chopper has a full lineup of zero-turn mowers with 0% financing for 48 months. No other mower has the speed, power, and performance of a Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
Okay, I have with me Sheriff Bill Harrell. Sheriff, we called your race early tonight.
Yeah, I was very blessed. I was the only one, thank the Lord. Thank the
Isn't
Lord.
that good, though?
Oh, yeah, it is. But, you know, think about it, we know what's going to be have to go forward with up to November, and we'll go forward from here. So,
Okay.
I was just one of the Democrat candidate in the county, and that's just the nature of the beast.
But you still worked hard, and I know you believe in teamwork, Sheriff,
Oh, I
and you
do.
have a lot of people supporting you. What do you say to your team tonight that supports you?
Oh, continue to work hard. Believe in me. Believe that we can make a difference in our community, and we can all do it with everybody's help. You know, we've got a bunch of good folks at the Sheriff's Office. They believe in protecting and serving the people of Lawrence County, and that's what we're all about. That's what we want, and we want folks to understand if they need us, call us.
That's right. And you got a new chief deputy.
I have. Keith's fixed to retire, and John Wilson's came back to help me, so I feel like it's going to be a good team again.
Yeah, well, good. Congratulations,
Thank
Sheriff.
you, sir.
Okay, I have with me now Judd Green, our new Superior Court judge here in our circuit. Judd, did it surprise you to win all 4 counties?
Yes, it did, a little bit. Last time the separation was 51 votes, I believe, give or take, for the whole circuit. So I thought I would have a strong showing in the 4 counties, but you don't exactly know until you see the numbers come in and you cross the finish line. So did it surprise me a little bit? Yes, it did, but thank you to all my constituency and all the voters in all 4 counties.
And I've watched you around the courtroom tonight, and when the numbers started coming in right here, the last numbers coming in, you seem to be very humbled. Tell me about it.
Well, I am. The reason I'm wearing sunglasses right now is I've been trying not to cry, and the support from my friends and family is overwhelming. Main thing is I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for getting me here and putting me in this spot in the first place. That keeps me humble, that keeps me grounded, and always will.
You ran against a fine judge and community servant. What do you say about your opponent?
I just told Peyton a minute ago, from day one, I was very, very, very complimentary, have been. I've never said anything that deviates from that. All I can say is I've got so much respect for the sheriff's candidates, for Mr. McClendon, and myself now for running something like this. It takes a toll on you, your profession, on the family. It's not easy. It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude, and I've said nothing but good things about him. We're still friends, and always we will be friends till we die.
You're going to take over some big shoes. Judge Flanders has just been a great judge, a great community servant.
He has.
Tell me how it feels taking over his seat.
Well, that's another question I just answered too. It's just funny you asked me that, but Judge Flanders did have big shoes to fill right at 23 years ago when he took over. I'm probably not as smart as Judge Flanders. I don't have quite the temperament he does, but all I can do is the best I can do given my skill set, and I'm going to do all I can. I promise that from day one. I'm going to do all I can to make him proud and others that also believe in him. Just doing the best I can. That's about all I can say. They are big shoes to fill. I've seen it from this area now for many, many years, and he's done a lot of good things. Not everybody's always thrilled with every decision a judge makes. I get that, I do, but nobody is finer. Nobody's any better than him. I would pit him against anybody in the state.
And looking at your dad and mom's face, that's 2 proud parents, isn't it?
It is. We've been through a lot together. I'm 47 years old now. From day one, they've been there. Also, just as a footnote, you know, I was adopted. They took me in. They gave me a chance. I've never forgotten that. Always thankful.
Yeah, and you should be.
Always.
Yeah, you should be. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, Judd. And we continue our coverage down here at the Lawrence County Courthouse. Our final numbers tonight in the sheriff's race. Larry Dean, 3,113. Marshal Floyd, 2,645. Of course, Bill Harrell did not have any opposition in this. We've had people calling the station in the last little while, want to know why we didn't put his numbers up. Well, he had no opposition. We just talked to Sheriff Harrell a minute ago, and he's looking forward to this next part of this race. The E-Splosh passed. Yes votes, 5,253. No's, 4,039. As you just heard a moment ago, Judd Green won all 4 counties. He won Lawrence County, 4,818 to 4,666. He won in Johnson, 1,201 to 961. In Truitland, 820 to 624. And in Twiggs, 680 to 674. So that's our coverage down here at the Lawrence County Courthouse. You can tell we've had a very large crowd all night. But that's our final numbers in this election. And we'll have Sheriff Bill Harrell going against Larry Dean for the sheriff of Lawrence County coming up in November. The judges' race is decided. And, of course, the E-Splosh will continue, starting in 2018. And that is you can tell we got some happy people down here, don't we? But that's our results from the Lawrence County Courthouse.
We are individualists. We are determined to grow, build, and cultivate the life of our dreams. We like our way of living. Who are we? Number 1 in subcompact tractors, number 1 in compact excavators, and number 1 in diesel engines. We are Kubota.
Freeman's Lawn and Garden. Call us at 272-2198.
If you want a paint that's more than just easy to scrub, if you want a paint that actually repels dirt and grime, if you want a paint that stands up to life's wear and tear, only this can. Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other.
Available at Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering.